in a very successful way, such that as a fund, we found it befitting for these young people to share with other young people in the country these experiences so that they are also motivated to take up the challenge and start their businesses. We have a total of 4 young beneficiaries who have performed excellently, such that we would be celebrating their success today. Before Sikale with those beneficiaries sharing their successes, we have also invited a renowned entrepreneur in the country in the name of Mr. Sifiso Dalati Dlamini, who has also soldiered on and raised the flag as Eswatini high, which every entrepreneur Eswatini and internationally aspire to be like him. He will be sharing with us, motivating not only the youth entrepreneurs in general on how it is done, because he has done it and he has been successful in business. So he'll be joining us shortly today before we proceed to engage with the young beneficiaries. Therefore, we are saying to young people of Eswatini, please join us through our social Facebook page, and listen to these young entrepreneurs so that you take the leaf from them and come to Youth Funding, Dotolai Funding, and run with your businesses. We'll take a short break right now while we are being joined by Mr. Dlamini. Sitoqhubeka nelihlelo malangana lamahle siyabonga. Welcome back, Malangeni Lamahle. Sesi ready umlangeni sowukhona babe Dalati Dlamini. Mr. Sifiso Dlamini is a renowned agronomist with over 20 years experience in plant propagation. La ifundzela naye University of Eswatini. He is also a director of Valley Farm, Lesezulwini. Mr. Dlamini is also a director of Sante, a new eatery business specializing on special diet food, also located at Ezulwini as well. He is also a director of African Trade Link, which is a commercial agent on trade linking investors with business opportunities around the world. This company currently has branches in Kenya, Uganda, and the United Arab Emirates for now. Still looking at prospects to open office Eswatini as well. Babe Dlamini has also been a director of Mfuleni Lifestyle, which is widely known as Eswatini, as one of our lucrative resorts as Zulwini. I would also share with you, Malangeni, Babe Dalati Dlamini is a former Mr. InterVarsity of the University of Eswatini, where wathatha sicoco sekuba ngusomanyuvesi. And he is also a former athlete. Bekagijima 100 meters, alimelela nelive lakangwane. So he has done a lot. Lamhla he'll be sharing with us his journey, how he has done it, kulawo onke lama business leswa bitile before. And I believe as young people, there is a lot of wealth of information we are going to get from Babet Dlamini. Mr. Dlamini, welcome to Youth Enterprise Revolving Fund webinar today. Please feel free to share nabantu labasha experience yakho batofunza a lot. Over to you, Mlangeni.
Yeah, you've said a mouthful. It's always difficult to hear of your own accolades when you are such a young person.
Maybe as a strategy, Mlangeni, you could share with us, how did you start with Tofigala Kona so that the other young people, but would say, you don't start from nowhere, you start from somewhere.
Yeah, look, it with everything, it started off as an idea. I think it started off as an idea because of frustration. Having no opportunities to get employed. And even when you did get employed, as for me, I got employed, but I was underpaid. So I then decided, look, I think I'm smart enough to try and do something outside of formal employment. And there started my journey.
Yeah.
I started off with Green Valley Investments, which part of it is the nursery, where we're growing vegetable seedlings. So we pushed that for a few years until we became the second biggest in the country by volume after Vickery Seedlings.
Yeah.
And then as things would have it, we kind of had to scale back for many reasons. One of the reasons was the drought that hit us a few years ago, and then we had to scale back. But after that, it was always looking at gaps, where the gaps were in the country, who wasn't attending to those gaps. And one of the gaps was the entertainment side of things. That we had nothing in the valley really. We had just small little places.
Yeah.
So that was an opportunity. We were always trying to get a venue to do events, and there was no venues.
Yeah.
Either they were too expensive or they just were not coming to the party. So Mfuleni Lifestyle got born, and it was completely unique in that we didn't want to follow what other people were doing. We wanted to create something that had the traditional feel. Because now Mfuleni, you know, you are actually in the country, formerly known as Swaziland.
That's right.
So that they became the opportunity. And then as luck would have it, we found an investor who was keen to give us some sort of investment to then build a hotel, which was named RS Lodges, Mfuleni Lifestyle Boutique Hotel, which is 16 rooms. And so it went. It grew from there. African Trade Link came simply from the internet, funny enough. You know, I know a lot of young people look at the internet as social media.
Yeah.
Social media should really be a small percentage of what people do, because after the likes, then what?
Yeah.
You know, and realistically, people on social media, they're not real people. You know, it's like if you advertise your business on social media, you can get 1,000 likes, but actually 10 people will ever walk in from those likes. So it's not real. So there was a website that they've changed now. It used to be called Trade Invest Africa. And I was quite familiar with that website, and I was always checking. So what that website does, it offers information on possible ventures that different countries want, investments, investors, and business opportunities. So we found something in Uganda where they were looking for a railway line to be constructed. So the long and short of it is we found they want to construct and we linked them with the country,
Yeah.
and there we got born. So African Trade Link really is a linkages company. I think linkages in that we know someone that wants it, and we know someone that has it, and we put them together and we take the money in the middle.
Mlangane, hospitality industry and trade industry are not related to agronomy.
No.
You're an agronomist by profession. How did you make your way through in industries that are not in your profession?
You know, Mazia, the funny thing is always when we go to university on its own will give you a certain skill, which is why you're there. But the things around you will give you other skills that are attained by basically being open-minded. So I think there's always an opportunity outside of what you know. The normal thing that you find is people that studied a certain discipline, they have a degree in agronomy, will always look at and look for opportunities within agronomy.
Yeah.
Where else university in itself should open you up to thinking out laterally about every opportunity. So probably tomorrow I can design a spacecraft, but I don't need to know how to do it.
Yeah.
I need to know who I can use to do it, but I will own it.
Yeah.
So end of the day, it's really about being open in terms of how you think and how you approach different scenarios.
The space we've been operating in as a CISO space, let's say, dominated or known for Emaswati to operate those businesses. Still the hospitality as well as the trade link business. How did you make it with Bantu field legacy Swatini known, but still you made it through when all Swati the industry level?
Jozane, Maswati are very smart people, even if some don't know it. You can put a Swazi anywhere on this earth and they will thrive. Because it's not easy being here. And if you succeed here, I always say you can succeed anywhere. You know, with the beneficiaries that you have within the fund, you can throw them anywhere and they will survive and do well. So for me, it was always, if they can do it here, it means I can do it even better because I'm indigenous, I'm a Swazi. I know my country better than anyone else. So it really is, even with African Trade Link, we see a lot of foreigners coming to the country and other countries. And it turns out they are more successful than the locals. So I think end of the day, it really is about being open-minded and trying to be the best that you can be within the spaces where you exist.
What challenges did you come across and how did you come across them so that Banlabasha Nabobasnabaila will see the challenges are part of life and you cannot overcome them?
Hey, challenges. How much time do you have?
Now we have 5 minutes.
There were very many challenges. I know everyone puts money ahead of as the first challenge. It probably isn't the first challenge, but it is a big challenge. We find that without a fund like this one, if you want to access funding, you're always told you're a credit risk, you don't have any track record in front of you. So it is very, very hard to put money together. But also it's very hard to be believable when you're a startup. You know, for anyone to say they were going to give you a contract, it's very hard if you're a startup. So that was another challenge. Then there's many challenges. People are unreliable, even the people that you work with. I noticed today the issue of time was a problem. People don't keep time. That's a challenge. And if you are going to go into industry and you can't keep time, you know, I had a problem with time initially. That was a challenge because if you want to do business with people, certain time you're not there, they leave and you're not going to get the business. Overcoming the challenges is just to not stop. It's just do not give up. You know, we got hit by a big hurricane. I don't know what that thing was. That Eloise.
Yes.
But we started again. You know, there is nothing that can exist outside of perseverance. So whatever that the young people face, you can't stop. And I always say, even when we used to run, it used to be so hard, you know,
Yeah.
just the training. And I'd always say, and Colin used to run as well, very well actually, that when it gets hard, remember why you started. You know, because you might want to stop, but if you stop, then it means you've forgotten why you started.
Exactly.
And if you can't complete it, then it's worthless even starting. So we could go all day on challenges, but I always look at opportunities more than the challenges, because every challenge has an equal opportunity.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mjangeni. Asesithathe i-break, siphinde sibuye siqhubeke sibakhulumise abantu abasha. Welcome back, babukeli emakhaya kuto tonke tinkhalo telive laseSwatini. Ngaphambilini besikhulumisana na babe Darati Sifiso Dlamini. Nyalo ke sesijoyinwe bantu labasha who are beneficiaries of the fund, who have experiences, good experiences to share with thina sonke bantu labasha lesasemakhaya. Lokungasenta simotivate to start our businesses. Siteka Youth Fund is toboleka so that we get funding. With me, I have 4 lovely young beneficiaries of the fund who are running successful businesses. Lesitawuphinde siwabukelise futhi khona la siwabone sonke ukuthi benta ini. We have Sibongosi Johnson, we have Tabile Sibanze, we have Mfana Wengosi Sfunza, we have Pumzile Nyuwane. Amongst us, sitawuqala ke nga Johnson, who is running a feedlot business. Utasitshela kabanti ke Johnson ukuthi wayiqala njani business yakhe, wahlangana na tiphi tinkinga, yini la ngapusherisha nebantu labasha. Mr. Johnson, welcome, sir. Can you tell us briefly what your business is and what are you selling?
Very good day, sir. Greetings to all the young people, my friends in different groups in the business world. I'm on a very, very rough business. I'm a very rough business, which is farming. I cannot say much on how I started farming. I'm just a young guy who's a dropout on Form 5, dropout. I've done a lot in life, lot of things, businesses, left, right, and center. 2017, I decided to step up and go join my father in the farm. Actually, I really don't know why I went into farming. I think I had problems with life. I had problems with life. I think I just felt like my life is just messed up. I've tried a lot of things. I've been into Johannesburg. I've been into Durban doing business left and right and center. 2017, when I joined my father, he was already doing the feedlot business. He was doing well. He's one of the #1 guys in the country who supplies SMI. Yeah, he was one of the top 3 guys who went to the States for trainings and everything to feedlot.
So you learned from him?
I learned from my father. Okay. Yeah. My father, days has to like pass by. He has to grow up and everything. So 2018, I saw the business. It was going down bit. So what I did, I also ran a blockyard in a town. So I had funds. I think I had about 25,000. I just decided to buy few cows to put in the feedlot. That was the end of 2018.
Yeah.
2019, I decided to look out for funds and banks, FNB or whatsoever. Then I came to Youth Fund. I had to go for funds also, ask for funds.
Yeah.
I learned a lot in the business industry, and for me it was very hard because when it comes to funds, it was very rough, especially here in the fund. It took me about 2 years to get money. But because now I said I wanted farming, I wanted to do feedlot, I said I need these funds. No one stopped me to say no, I cannot get these funds. So that's how my feedlot business started. I started doing it at the end of 2018. So I'm just about 2 years old in the business.
So how was your journey of access funding by your fund?
It was the most rough journey I've ever been into life. The most journey in funds, of which I'm sure 90% of the young people will just say, no, this is not going to work for me. Because I know very well, 90% of the guys around, if they are going to look for funds, they'll only take the first 4 months, 6 months and check if it's going to. For me, I tried and tried. It took me, I'm sure, 2 years to get funds on youth fund. So it was very tough for me. But finally now I'm with you. So it's no more like tough now. Yeah.
What did you learn from the process?
It's a bit of a difficult question, but a simple question also. Because I learned that the only way out into anything you like want to do is to just focus on like what you like want. If you like want the funds, you must go fix whatever they like say you must like go and fix. So yeah. I started doing well beginning of this year. I started with 15. Yeah, that was my first cycle from January to end of March, which was 3 months. Yeah, that was, then my second cycle, it was from April till July.
Okay.
Yeah, the last cycle which I've paid my installment just 3 days back. Yeah, it was from August till this month.
Okay, what can you say to labanye abantu labasha nje labafuna ukuqala ibhizinisi labafuna
young people, I think young people should just sit down and be sure. Are you really sure that you want to start this? Because in this world, it's a very tough world, especially if there's no way.
Sithile ngekusasa lakhe elincane bese sesiyabuya siqala ngale video before we go to the next beneficiary.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome back babukela emakhaya. Solo siqhubeka nayo lihlelo lethu iwebinar yethu with Youth Enterprise Revolving Fund in support of the spirit of the Global Entrepreneurship Week. The next beneficiary lesesinayo manje is Thabile Sbanze, who is Director of Impero Investments. She is in a unique business in construction. Ganzi, she is a lady. How did she go? How did she find herself in a male-dominated industry, and how she is making it to the industry? Welcome, Thabile. Please tell us briefly about your business.
Ngithanda kuqala ngekubingelela balaleli behlelo nebabukeli behlelo ekhaya. Ngibingelele balingani bami eceleni kwami. Ngibingelele nawe Maziya. As I have been introduced, nginguthabile Ngokansibande from Impero Investments, trading as Impero Builder Supplies. Impero Maziya ligama lesi-Italian lelisho ukuthi empire. So we have got this belief ukuthi wonke umuntu lo loqala building project ya anything akafuni nje kwenda info lengabonakali ukuthi yendani ufuna kwenda info le big le nice lecacako. So to call it an empire in our term. So okay, si supplier building material for commercial purposes, for residential purposes. Yebo kwamanje sisesecale ngasimende. Kepha leli phupho likhulu kakhulu maziya. So we believe as we helping ema customers ethu, it can be a block yard. Sengivile nje mlingana wami ngalaceleni ukuthi une block yard ngiyamngenela nangiphumala. Yeah, so block yards siya supplier simende noma ngabe wakhindlu yakho noma ngabe kwakhiwa the commercial units lankala amakhulu nalabe emgwaqo siyafika khona silethe simende because kwamanje sisa bringer in from Newcastle and Durban plant NPC Natal Portland Cement. So leli phupho likhulu kakhulu maziya njengalo bese ngishilo, and we believe ukuthi as we are assisting ama customers ethu akha i-empire yabo in nanathi sawube sakha yethu i-empire in return leto khona ukuthi ingasidi imindeni yethu kuphela nathi but leta unaba emindenini leminingi ya7 as we are creating employment for bamvula abaningi laba.
Thank you. Uqala kanjani? How did you start?
Okay. Ngishilo maziya ukuthi iphupho lethu likhulu kakhulu, but we understand that Rome was not built in a day. So kuqalwa kancane uba my baby steps here and there. So okay, on the other side, what I do in a company or consultancy in accounting and tax. I'm a registered accountant in Swaziland and also a tax practitioner. Logo kusho ukuthi ngisebenza tindzaba temabhuku ma-financials kwente ma-financials either la yemabhange or la yabo SRA or wherever la utsinge ma-financials khona, and also ngisite with compliance issues la yaka tindzaba tabo SRA nako konke. So as I do that leyo company leyo ngitikhanza interact with different people from different industries on daily basis. So this one other day maziya as ngenda ngila ngaphandle ngimitha laba bayakhuluma. It's a construction company le yakho umgwaqo even. So bayakhuluma ukuthi kune shortage yasimende, the supply is not meeting the demand yabo, ma quantities abo makhulu and all that. So ngayilalela lenzaba yabo nabayixoxa ukuthi hawu imende shothi kune shortage kangako. Yes, I am an accountant. It's not my field, it's not my world. Angathi nokuthi ithani yini nakhulunywa ngayo. But again, because I am an entrepreneur and I am also a youth. So as a youth, liBhayibheli lithi ngikhuluma nani nini bamfula basha because ngisese nemandla. So kimi kwaba khona ukuthi ngifika in my private space. Like really, is there nothing that can be done ngale simo lesi, you know? And then ngazama ku researcher ngahamba ngayongena etitolo ngahlola vele ukuthi simende kude mbamba ngakhuluma nebamfu here and as I was doing my research kube khona lengixoxisana nabo ngikhanzeka ukuthi kukhona simende loqhamuka eMaputo. Ngijabule ke ukuthi nangisimende sengiyawufola because bafuna in huge quantities. Ngiyawufola simende ngicheck ama competitors ami ukuthi phela athini wona. Ngito price kahle iproduct yami. Ngithola iproduct. Jabule sengitfolile iproduct. Sengiyabuyela manje phela prospective customer lo nenkinga yasimende. Ba like, hey, sesina iproduct lana simende wasemaputo. And nangifika khona baba like, no, lo wasemaputo akekho SABS approved. That means for lemigwaqo awukhona kusebenta lemigwaqo. Okay, kwaba ngathi umnyango uyavaleka right in front of my eyes. But I've learned this thing that I learned a while ago. Just because somebody has said no, it does not mean stop. It could mean I don't like your approach. Maybe asesizame lemvo yakho kanje, or your product angithandi asesizame maybe kanje. So this time around sengijiga ngisenginayo lokho ukuthi sebafuna SABS approved. Ngiya ku internet ke manje. Ushilo Mr Dlamini ukuthi internet akusiya social media kuphela ye WhatsApp nako konke. We have to do a lot of things ku internet. Sengiyangena Google ngiya check SABS approved products. Ngiyakhanza ukuthi hawu okay, kukhona bo NPC, kukhona bo PPC, ngiyabashayela, ngiyahlola ukuthi price banganginiketa kanjani nangabe ama quantities ami athi, you know, and ngiyachecka ukuthi akusiko yini ama scams lemfo lena labantu lengibashayelako nako konke. And uNkulunkulu amuhle awuvele ngiyithola iproduct. Phakame na NPC wami, mina ngiphakama na NPC wami ngiyandile lenye research at the same time kuthi ka construction industry baba nako lokhu kwente ama advance payments because especially in my case kule company lebengikhulumisana nayo ngiyathi lokho ukuthi they were doing upfront payments to lama big players bo cash building labo labakhulu uyabona. So nami ke ngiyangijabulile ukuthi ya sengiyitholile iproduct yami ngiyipackage kamnanzi ngiyiprice kamnanzi. Now nangifika lapha okay na iproduct yami NPC utoba ngule mali le sengicela iorder bajabule ke ukuthi okay right iproduct yami sengicela iorder ne payment ngoba niyabhadalana phela nina upfront. Baba like no asibhadali bosoma business labancane labafika nje labadadabukako. Sibhadala laba labakhulu who have been tested and proven ukuthi you know this ones deliver. Who phasiya kwemi impilo yabona ubuyele ekamelweni lakho umuntu lomusha ukhala ube like but uNkulunkulu bengikhansi kuloko sikanye kanye but ke awuyekeli lapho. You know, this fighting spirit that we all need is ushilo umlingani wami ukuthi kumatima la ngaphandle kumatima but ke akusho ukuthi asiyekelene sithi nasingqongqotha umnyango sikhanza ngavulekile sesiyema. So okay angitholi ke imali nangayithola imali sengenda kanjani. Okay kunemabhangi hambe ngebhangi ngine product lengifuna kuyidayisa baba like asikelana ne product yakho thina sibuka i-track record sibuka i-credit history sibuke ukuthi unayo yini i-security anginako konke lokho ngingumphilo omusha longanako konke lokho kume kutsinsike kusengenda njani as I'm praying also and interacting with different people here and then networking discover ukuthi kukhona lokuthiwa ngi-youth fund even how youth fund ngijime ngiyema office na youth fund nangifika ema-ofisini ya-youth fund vele avulekile bangicocele ukuthi so long as you are a youth and youth kusho ukuthi swazi youth lena 35 na below aso ngiyaqualify. So the next thing ukuthi i-concept yami injani le business concept yami lengitenayo ka-youth fund kukhanzakala ukuthi nanayo bayayihlola bayiphenyisisa bayibhekisa phansi ngasetuli hey bekungasiko lula but mhlambe sawukhuluma ngaloko masiyana udanginike ithuba but uNkulunkulu amuhle ngagcine ngiyitholile i-funding yaka youth fund and ngangathola i-funding iphela ka youth fund ngathola ne-mentorship le ongoing ka-youth fund yebo ikhona i-training but because as I have mentioned ukuthi my experience in the accounting field ngakhanza ukuthi ngise-right ngalapho but then the mentorship ingiside kakhulu le mentorship.
Thank you Sibonge.
Yeah.
Now as a young woman how did you find yourself in business yini ama-challenges lohlangana nawo nje being a young woman a business in usual for young women to be bold like you did. What made you that strong? Which one to self-soldier on that business in being a young woman? And what can you say to other young women labafuna ukuventure into business?
Thank you for that one, Mazia. It's a good one. Especially because sikhule itolo. Sathi ukuthi indzawo yemfati ilemova. You know, lema kitchen and game especially in business bekangabalwa nekubala umfati especially ke mina njengaloku usho simende umuntu lomusha ufika njani umuntu lomusha kusimende but then I refused to see myself as a second-class citizen in a male-dominated world. So what I did, I just went out there and presented myself as a confident, intelligent, smart, driven and God-fearing entrepreneur who deserves equal opportunities, just like labanye labakona in the industry, the other operators in the industry. So when it comes to challenges, maziya ngingabe nginemanga nangingathi kukhona lengihlangane nawo as a result of being a woman.
Okay.
Labe khona nje kungaba unawa ekokuthi business. So business ihliba nemalanga la kuhamba khona ngalolunye ihlobo lobolikazi.
Kushata lomnye lomusha lo ifemale ofuna ukungena business.
Umfulo omusha lo ufuna ngena business lo ifemale. In the words of Zozibini, let us take up space. Youth of Eswatini, we are the future of this nation. The Bible says, time and chance happens to them all. Dikhathi nemathuba kuhlela bonke bamvu. Awabuki ukuthi mncane kangakanani, akabuki ukuthi you are a woman. So I would say ukuthi ngiyacela lokho ukuthi siphumeni la endlini bamvu labasha. Sihambeni siyele ngaphandle because uma sile ngaphandle kulapho khona emafuba sitawakhanza ukuthi akhona khona. And also nangithi asiphumeni la endlini, I'm trying to say ukuthi uma ubuyele endlini nisihambama, I promise you khona lokusha lotabu kufunzile ngeke ukuthi uphumele ngaphandle. Also asukumeni la titulweni uyati ukuthi kukhona bamfu labafunzile labahlele esitulweni lesimbhadala 1000 angimomfulo omusha just because ufuna le security yalo 1000 kanti if angaphumela ngaphandle azamele okunye utomangala lokho ukuthi kunenganga kanani lokhona nalokunye ke ukuthi let's come out of our comfort zone. Ukuthi just because you studied medicine it doesn't mean ukuthi like just be confined to medicine ke wena umele ukuthi eSwatini kuze kuvulwe ibhedlela ke letinsha utokhona kuthola umsebenzi. Just go out there, you'd be surprised. My opportunities la maningi la khona la ngaphandle. I'm sitting here today, Mr. Mazia. I said I am a professional in accounting, but today I'm wearing a cap yaga construction just because I refused to go ngihlale ukuthi ngimi mina ngafunza accounting so sekumele ngihlale ngibuki accounting ngimi lo wathi choose le accounting. I can still choose something else because I am still young. So youth of Eswatini, as you try and something, it's better to try and fail than to fail to try it all, because if you don't try anything you are already at the bottom. So now go bottom. Now zama something, you can only go up from there. Lastly ngakagcina Mr. Mazia, now kunje kwekugcina ukuthi asivumelene ukuthi sinokhe kulama places lesike sanokha khona itolo kaningi. Noma ngabe bakwalila itolo phinzi uvele khona phinzi yonokha ka you'd find I had to knock many times kuze ngithole lokho nangala ebusinessini I had to knock. You keep on knocking on the same doors, and what ukuthi umuntu lomusha just because somebody has said no, it doesn't mean that you cannot do it. It simply means maybe you cannot do it with them, but still go out there and so long as what lokho ukuthi uNkulunkulu nakasekhona amaziya uNkulunkulu njengaloko ayohlala khona and kuye konke kuyenteka and nalokunye now kumele ukwati ukuthi utokhona kuba professional and udeliver now uthi uyadeliver and uphokophele umuntu lomusha and
Thank you very much, Spanze. Thank you very much. Ngithabile Spanze wa Impero Investments. Sitawuphinze futhi sidlale i-video babukeli babone ukuthi ubhizi ngani Thabile nase aphethe semende wakhe utahambisana nale sigcoko lasigcokile. Sitawuthatha likhefu siphinde sibuye sizochubeka nemlomusha lomunye lolandzelako. Welcome back, babukeli emakhaya. Kumnanzi lamhla sitene abantu abasha abangama-beneficiaries are-Youth Fund sharing their stories, their successes, their journeys. I believe abantu labasha are learning something and Baba encouraged to dust your ideas, your business ideas. Niteka Youth Fund in Domboleka etimali. The next beneficiary we have on the line is Pumzile Nyuwane, another young woman in business, into the logging business, another male-dominated business, will be sharing with us lamhla ukuthi ungena njani yena ebhizinisini yabo babe and uwenda ngani ukuze abe successful. Pumzile, good afternoon. Welcome you nalamhla kule webinar yethu Youth Fund. Can you share with us nebabukela emakhaya ukuthi ungena njani ebhizinisini yetigodlo iyatiwa ukuthi yabo babe? What motivated you to start that business? The idea nje ifika kanjani kuwe ube young lady?
Nginibingelele babukela emakhaya ucango nebalingani bami lenginabo. Ebhizinisini yeforestry ngicala 2019 September. Uqala kwami ke ngicala ngekuthi sasibula itigobho ngasemakhaya. Sitenda nje ukuthi siyabula maybe stokhona kuba nemadlana ngedizapte ukuthi kudinga isebenzi. Ngifunza angisiko longanani but ngenda sales and marketing. So ngibe bathenga nginokha but akuvumi. Ngihlale phansi ngibe bathenga zama. Lo ngiyele bengathi ngiyakuzama bengibhizi ngema grocery shops. Nakhona nangithi ngibe bathenga zama bayagcekeza ngibe bathenga bamba lapha kuyaphunyuka. Ngihlale phansi sengididekile ukuthi kahle yini kumele ngiyende ukuze ngikhone ukuphila. Sasilele nje siyouth sikanye waba like lo munye wayise singachubeki sesizamile saphumelela kuyisa eThongwane. Wayise singazami kungenela maybe etinkapaneni letinkulu. Like lo munye hayi wathi kunemplempu ngala ngenhlanga kubo speak nabo pick timber. Asesiyazama khona. Abe like lo munye no nasitawuzama but batawudinga ukuthi sibe ne materials sitawuqala ngani ngithi fine umshini munye sesikhonile kuwuthenga then lokunye ke emdingeka bo PPE kudingeka timphinkumbi. Ngihlale phansi ngihambe ukuthi one thing asengizama ngibone ukuthi ngidawufike ngikhanze kwente kanjani ngiye vele ngishaya icingo ngicela kwente appointment nangishaya babe like hayi no asengifike nangifika ngingimja ngathi ngithi ufuna ngiqale kuphi nokuthi kwente kanjani. Nangifika ngimkhanze Mr Stefan ngikhulume naye nangikhuluma naye abe like no it's fine singathatha but ke anginiki this yekukhombisa ukuthi kuze ngiqualify ngidinga nakunanawo. Kuleyo mzuzu angina trading license anginani kude nje lenginawo. Ngihlale phansi once ngidike nale mali ecala lephi ngapani nyalo because abathathi mina badinga ngapani. Ngibone ukuthi hayi ngathi sekuyanyukela kuba nebulukhuni. Ngithole a friend omunye abe like hayi kuna youth fund ngalani. Ngicabanga ukuthi ungakhona kuyozama khona. Abe like hayi ngizokunika icopy yetimbo ledingakala ukuze ukhone qualify. Hayi anginike vele icopy angisendele ngivule. Hawu. Timbo ledingaka 80. Kuyo mzuzu ngithi ushona kunye kulelo kungu8. Trading license bo bank account ngapani. Ngihlale phansi ngiyaloke ngenda kanjani ngiye ema-ofisini aka-youth fund ngikhulumisane nabo ngibude ukuthi ngeze bangiside before ngide lokhu ukuze maybe ngidokhona kubambana amathuba because lena sebavumile no space isikhona but sidinga ukuthi ube nalokho hambe ngihlale phansi manje ngiyeka youth fund phindze ngikhale ngithi yathi lapha sekuyaphuthuma ngeke yini manje ningizame ukuze ngikhone kuma nengicale ayi kubhedze khona ngibuyele ehlathini manje siyokushela tigobho sithi seThongwane sizokhona kuqala ingapani masifike eThongwane hayi kube kahle lithane phushaye phasi ayisasiniki le mali ukuthi sizokhona kuqala ingapani sendele kwanalokho sibeketele phindze sibuyele kwesi2 qale ngengapani siregister nangibele nasesiregister seyiphumile trading license ngibele kumlungu athi mlungu okay fine lusona lokho but ke kudingeka kube ne PPE unabangakhi bami kuleyo mzuzu singi2 bebe ngiphathina naye sabathola phela bami sibakhanze phi sibahlalisephi siqala njani nje nyalo lokuso hayi siye sikhulume na Mr Stefan khona eBulembu abe like no accommodation ikhona then it's done provide accommodation but kudla and everything and datibonela tsibantweni ndaphandle awu sangane manje sasesozama epick timber awusikhanza ngasikwenyukela kakhulu ngepick timber le mithetho isedulu sesenda njani manje hayi sibele ka youth fund zame ukuhlanganisa kungapheleli timphepha basithethe okay siyabonga sesikulethile lokhu but kuyashota sibuyele ke zame sigcine sikuhlanganisile konke sikunikile.
Okay. Nendani nje exactly letgodweni le process ye letgodwe kwenziwa ini?
Kuningi lama products ehlukene kakhulu esigodweni ngicabanga ukuthi more than before because egodweni lilinye kune building and fencing kube ne mining kube ne industrial. So le building and fencing ngulethi lokhanza ukuthi dokhona kwenda ngatobo trad then labo mining lethi lokhanza ukuthi maybe kuyowendwa emaphepha noma ebenda emaplango ngato.
Ngoba bosisi ngeke batkhona eGoto i70 yakho tini bakhona bosisi kunabo bani ku70 yakho tingaki
i70 something 20 lesibambisene nabo but lokukhona bosisi asikhuthati kubathatha bayasebenza bona but kwanyalo sinemadvotes because kukhona umsebenzi la ngakhonsisi kuwenda and so kufuna sibabuketele because kukhona la ukhanze khona sekufuna tiphushe tidinga emandla so bosisi bataba vetela umandla lawo.
So 20 employees akho nje madvodza odwa.
Madvodza odwa manje.
Ngeqashwe nguwe.
Kunjalo.
Okay, no siyabonga. Now I also know ukuthi in the forest industry lama contractors la khona nawo most of them are male owned. In your case nibangakhi nini inkampani leti female owned versus leti male owned?
Sesisonke babemaziya singu11 besifazane ngemngedlana.
Kulama contractors.
Yes, kulama contractors.
Ukhona kanjani ke wena ke in that male dominated industry?
Akusiko melula because sonke isikhathi kunalokuthi umfati ngeke sive ngaye uhlezi usekugcineni but ngaba nesinqumo nje ngathi angeke eze ngehluleke lengikuqalile kufuna ngikufeze nalo ngikufisile kufuna ngikuphethe. So kulikhuni vele baba nekungibukela phasi kangangobe bebagcina like nasemihlangano babe like hayi akube ngwelo lo maybe say ma complaints baphushela mina embile egcineni kwakonke lokuphushela mina ngimlele kunenkinga lamsebentini. So bekuba nayo ma challenges lawo.
Yini nje general ma challenges lo hlangana nawo businessini longas nawo kuthatha lo musha awatokhona kwacaphela naye and asinahlala nawo athi lokho it's part of the journey.
Kulikhulu lokuhlangana nawo ukuthi angeke uze uyiqale ibhizinisi ukuthi paperwork kwekuqala lokho so ufuna ulungisa paperwork then kube maybe nema challenges emali kula khona la sifike sasidakala khona ka youth fund because kube bekungekho youth fund angicabanga ukuthi lo phupho lami lekungena ka forest ngabe la fezeka.
Ungathini nje kulomyimi lomusha ohlele ekhaya la solo azindla ngaqala ibhizinisi in particular other young women like you ngabakhuthatha uthini bona?
Lengakusho maziya ngathi umuntu lomusha akangadibukeli phasi angathi lona umsebenzi ukhethelwe labadvuna lona walabasikati because sikhule thina sathi ukuthi wonke umsebenzi ufuna khamba indvoda but esikhathi leso ngathi sesaphela maziya nyalo sesihamba 50-50 so kufuna usukume nawe odimele.
Okay.
Ungumuntu lomusha ngathi nje sukuma njengoba umlingani wami sekashitwa sasiyekele guje khathe endlini sesiphumele ngaphandle sibone thini lo lesingaba busy ngako yini lesingakhona kuthola ngayo because imisebenzi ingabe seyifuna abantu labasha bahlele emakhaya bafundzile kunema graduate kunako konke but ukuthi imisebenzi not ukuthi kude umsebenzi but kunekuthi nje siyavila phasi youth asikhona ukuphumela ngaphandle sibone thini lesingaba busy ngako.
Bazi labanye abantu labasha ayitholakala imali ya youth fund. Ungathini wena kujeni yakho lwayihamba na ufuna le mali ya youth fund base batokhona kululekela nalabanye abantu labasha kuze batokhona uyihamba le
ukuthi ayitholakali babemaziya angicabanga ukuthi basuke baqinisile but angeke vele uze uyithole nangabe udawuhlala phansi udonse icingo ka youth fund inlana ngicela kubuta ukuthi vele abantu abasha bayithola yini imali suku umshone ka youth fund uve yini lo bayiledzingakalako and ungabudi bami because akusibo bonke abantu batatshela iqiniso ukuthi yini ledzinga kuyende ukuze uyitholele imali kwente kanjani. But nje na ungasukuma ushone ka youth fund angeke futhi bakuvalele ngaphandle noma ngabe tiyashoda impepha takho batabe solo balamva kwakho kulungisa lokhu wente nalokhu. So ngaba ngiloko nje.
Thank you very much, Phumzile Nyiwane, somabhizinisi lomusha, lo sebenta tigodo, lo gawula tigodo ucashe emadoda langu-20 uyawamanager onke, angidzadze lomusha. Sitawuthatha-ke naye sidlale ivideo yale bhizinisi yakhe ukuze babukele emakhaya batobona ukuthi wenta ini. Mhlambe batawubonakala nalabo babe labathwala letigodo khona lapha kule video. Siphinde sibuye futhi sitochubeka nelihlelo babukele emakhaya. Welcome back babukeli emakhaya. Sihleli kumnanzi nebantu labasha basherisha ama experiences abo. Siyachubeka nelihlelo. Sisachubeka nje babukeli emakhaya kungaba ukucela nokukhuthaza ukuthi abantu labasha basemakhaya basibhalele ephathini lethu la Facebook, bangasibhalela naka WhatsApp kusho kulandzela leli hlelo leli nekusho ukuthi yini lokunye labangafisa ukuthi sibendele kona kuze sichubeke create awareness nekubafundzisa njengoba nalamhla sitofundzisa nje abasibhale abantu abasha sitawuzama ngato tonke taba kwenta lokhu labathi asikwende abantu labasha nekuthi sichubeke yini nalabanye abantu labasha kubalanza babuye nabo batosherishe ama experiences abo. Nemibuto leminye nje lekhona lecondzana na Youth Enterprise Fund ababhale abantu labasha basibute letawusheshe ifike kulamhla sisasela sitayiphendula nanayo letawufika sesivalele lihlelo sesiyayiphendula ku Facebook siphendule nakubo WhatsApp. Sichubekele embili ke babukeli nelihlelo lethu sesiya kulomunye wekugcina umlomusha wasenkundleni nasemotshane angabasho labanye ukuthi babuya kuthiphi inkundla wakalomahasha mfana wenkosi Sydney Sifunza inkampani yakhe nge-Hydro PC Pty Ltd wenda ma-hydraulics. Takachaza kabanti-ke Sifunza ukuthi wendani kalama-hydraulics i-engineering business utayichaza babe Sifunza la ibhizinisi yakho lengakajwayeleki nayo futhi umakhenikha yini noma yini lokwawenda waqala ibhizinisi nje engineering bu-hydraulics ingani nje vela sesichazele kabantu.
Ngibingelele kumbukele ekhaya lo ubukelele lelo la Youth Fund gama lami njengoba sashilo bayamaziya umfana wenkosi Sifunza ngokutalo kaShewula inkundleni ngalomahasha. Kufika kwami la kule business ya hydraulic engineering ngifika ngekuthi ngiyaqale ngasebenza khona in one of the companies, one of the biggest hydraulic company in Swaziland. That's where I learned the isebenze ma hydraulics. Mina kahle kahle bengasiyo ingene bengienda chemical. I didn't know what to do in life. So ngathi mangena ku hydraulic industry ngase ngayithanza lento ngayijabulela ngayisebenza for almost 5 years ngisebenza angeke ngisho ukuthi how much I was getting but akusiyo imali le ingenda ukuthi ungaze uqale business. And then I decided to quit there and went straight to South Africa ngiyosebenza khona ngathola icompany lenkulu eSouth Africa, a construction company. So bengibalungisela nje imishina yabo emagrade amakhampani yakho umgwaqo because hydraulic based kakhulu kule machinery harvest umoba nama construction le machinery le yakho umgwaqo kakhulu nje about 90% imishini le imgwaqo isebenzisa hydraulic system. And then ngathola lo msebenzi eSouth Africa ngasebenza from 2014, yes, from 2014 to 2019 to 2018, yes. Ngabuya ngasebenza, so I had that dream ngisasebenza la kule company la Swatini. I had the dream ukuthi athi into ngiyayibona manje ngathi imali yatholakala because most of the invoices are going andlula la kimi. So ngabona ukuthi no, I can do this thing as well. Ngayenda lento ukuthi ikube company yami. Ngasebenza ngahamba ngeSouth Africa. Ngasebenza eSouth Africa. I was earning a better money there. Ngabuya eSwatini na register icompany into yokuqala, na register icompany ngaba nayo yonke paperwork. And I didn't know ukuthi once you have the paperwork you must pay all the taxes and all. I took the paperwork and keep it by my house. Ngabuyela back to South Africa ngosebenza. Company ngala young charge uhulumende mina ngathi company young charge. Icompany nami i-register nga 2016. Ngibuya la 2017 ngifuna ukuqala kusebenza. 2018 khanza ukuthi icompany iseyakweleta. Ngenhlanhla lenhle ikhona imali lebese ngiyisevile for inakhonja business. Ngahamba ngabhadala letikweleti yaphela le mali etikweletini. So ngazama kusebenza. Into yokuqala ke i-challenge lenkulu ka hydraulic. Ifuna ukuthi ube nendzawo losebenzela khona an industrial site. You cannot just do it by your house. This is my customer telling me because la sebenza nabo RSSC, sebenza nabo Nyathi Construction, sebenza nabo Ilovo, sebenza nabo onke la companies like Ikoto, bo Sutu Forest, onke la companies sebenza nawo. So the company it's yona before I give you the job. Ufuna uqala ungene ku vendor list. You apply for the vendor list first. Before ungene ku vendor list, baqale bobuka indzawo yakho la usebenzela khona. Bafuna kubona ukuthi unawo lo mshina lo venda ishaft, unawo lo mshina lo na web tester more special, unawo lo mshina lo na wezakal pipe. And le mshina leyo moyibala yonke iyakhosta about mawuthenga nje ma second hand sikhuluma ngabo almost 600,000 for machine. Mina anginawo yonke le machine. So kwaba lukhuni anginandzawo yokusebenzela, anginamshina. Ngathi ngithola indzawo bangitshela ukuthi indzawo is 5,000 irent. Mawuqala kuba le deposit ya 5,000 is 10,000. Mina ngiyithengisha na 10 rand leso sikhathi. So I went back to South Africa. Afike ngasebenza. Ngaphindze ngabuya eSwatini. Mangibuya eSwatini angakhuleli vele kakhulu eSwatini. So I didn't know ukuthi kungaba na something like youth fund. Into lengayibona nje le yasheshe yativeta nayo kimi. Munaba bo Fincorp because Fincorp banemabhodi all over Swaziland. So mawubuka ibhodi la Fincorp sayinayo imali la ikhona khona. Vele iyatholakala. I didn't know about the youth fund. So ngaya ka Fincorp, mangifika ka Fincorp bafike bangifaka paperwork yonke sengicedzile gcineni sekumele kurelease imali. Bathiwa angathi how many percent le mali it was 15,000 le deposit. Abantu bangafuna njani imali kanti nami ngifuna imali? Ngashiya kanjalo. Mangithi ngihleli la ku internet ngibona youth fund yini? Ngifuna ukuthiwa youth fund. Ngingene ke ngithole ama contact details ngifone. Ngibanje phone ukuthi hey deadline mina ngifike la ka youth fund bese 2 days ukuthi submit le ngakule sikhathi leso. Ngafika ka youth fund bangitshela ukuthi olana ufuna ukuthathela incwadi nayo yemphakathi oyigcwalisa mawusuka emphakathi uyenkundleni bogcwalisa lana. Ngathatha le ncwadi same time because benginemoto. Thatha le ncwadi same time ngashona emphakathi. Mangifika emphakathi ngakhaza lelinye likhehla le indvuna yalenzaweni. Lathi gijima mfana mbubani banje bayitholile imali bayithole nini ngathi ngosho ukuthi ikhona le mali. And then ngabangigcwalisela le phepha ngaye enkundleni bangifakela stamp venda yonke into ngasubmita back to the fund.
Within the 2 days.
Within the 2 days. I deliver before the 2 days. So ngema ke for leso sikhathi kwabanzima for almost 6 months with business. I always ngacishe ngavala.
Manje sifunza yini lokwakwenda wena within 2 days uvile ngayouth fund but ukhona kuyofaka i-loan. Bebo vele usulungisele yini ngoba bekufuneka amaphepha lamaningi.
Ipaperwork benginayo. Ipaperwork imcwa kakhulu. Mangabe ngifuna kwenda icompany hamba wenda le paperwork ekhambani unzinze uyiphethe kulula because usuke sophethe le paperwork ekhambani unzinze uyiphethe because mina nje ngicale ngihamba ngemoto yami ngavele ngathatha personal car ngaphakathi itika ngihamba ngende marketing mina myself ngende marketing mawuthi uyafika la lapho yini hypothesis dansi sikubone thina sathi ngokito hydraulic bani ngaphethe belungu asiyade ngasuka sikwathi wena bakuthembise wetenyuka
then uyichuba njani ke Sifundza injani le ndlela la ibhizinisini bekusho ucutselana nabo sondonzima njengobabala wena yini lokwenda na uphinde uthola imisebenzi babe bakhona nabo sondonzima labanye
lokumqoka kakhulu njengoba bekashilo sisi lento ufuna uyithande isukela empilweni yakho ungayendi because ubone into yangiwani bese nawe let me go and try this when ayithande lento first uyithande lento uyele mina ihydraulic ngiyayithanda I don't even think to shut it down ngiyayithanda ihydraulic so kuze ngikhona ekucelana nalabantu okay mina ngaqashe ama sales rep nakhona ngaboniswa ngilomnye semabhizinisi omkhulu wathi you know what you cannot do the msebenzi wa sales uwedwana wena yourself get someone akwendele i-sales rep ngathola ke 3 people, so 1 girl 2 boys ngabafaka industry mina bengingathu wetimoto neven neprivate ngabanikeza letimoto mina ngisenayo imoto bahamba bafuna umsebenzi bendi marketing so i-challenge lesabanayo ke manje sebayeta labantu manje bafuna ukubona i-workshop i-workshop ke thina sibenayo before youth fund I call it before youth fund so sengiyaqala ke manje nabo abantu bafuna ukubona i-workshop iphi machine imishini asengitholile ema-second bo internet then ngaya ka youth fund youth fund bangithembisa ngento paperwork yonke into semali sesikhathi esasilenza bete nabo bato check workshop sipusha but leso sikhathi singabantu lapho sibanza ku 3 sipusha up until youth fund wagcine wasibhadalela le mali wasibhadalela le mali besiyidzinga and emva kokuba sibhadalele mama ngithola nje lipipe mina bengihamba ngiyolendisa ku competitor yami competitor le pipe mina kufanele ngidayise nga 500 nalo le competitor idayisa nga 500 so mina mangilakha nga 500 kuye so ayisekho imali ngiyakhako mina sekufuna ngimake up noma nga 50 rand because sengilakhise kuye le pipe ngakhise le pipe and I was surprised ngifika kulenye lekhabani bangibita bafe bangikhomba slip sami lengakhise khona le pipe competitor bathi buka bathi nini nakhala ama pipe never buhlungu kakhulu and then youth fund wangibhadalela le mali sawuthola lo mshini and a very nice machine ngasi uthule sinawo laswathi a very nice machine ngawuthola lo mshina so as from la youth fund asinikeza asibhadalela le mali sinemshina wethu asisakuphe kude nje sithi outsource ukuthi nemali siyakumechinela yonke into
ingakusebentako
ngathi labo around 12
lecashwe ngo
yes around 12
okay yini nje longakusho kubantu labasha labanye labafunako nje kuyiqala ibhizinisi ikakhulu kati le makhaya oniqhamuka kalo mahasha bantu labasha bathi ithola ngabasemvabane nabakamanzini kuphela imali awina usemakhaya uyithola ungathini labanye abantu labasha nabo labasemakhaya labanaso lesifiso sokuqala ibhizinisi
lekungakusho umuntu omusha ukuthi ayikho kunanasisho sesiswati sesidosa akuvulele ungabuki le age yakho uthi wena mina I cannot do this because yendiwa ngumuntu ona 45 years ungayenda lento iphumelele hlanganisa le business yakho njengoba uyifisa ubuye ka youth fund utofaka le lamaphepha youth fund takutshela yena ukuthi ufuna ini le mali lena ayibuki ukuthi ukhalathi noma ungumlungu noma uyini noma yini ngathi sowuthutane kule minyaka wena lelebekiwe ababuki lokho labantu noma ungasakuthiwa kusele inyanga yinye ukuthi uhlanganise le minyaka balakunika le mali uhambe usebenze but yonke into inemithetho yayo they cannot just give you the money bangaka train icala mhlambe bakubuke ukuthi vele are you really are ready to do this so kumcwa kakhulu ukuthi uthimisele kuyo yonke into lo yendabo njengoba bekashilo sisi la ungahamba ulalela kubo bonke abantu mina abantu engabalalela kube ngabalalela ngabangakuthatha vele ngabe lo munye wangitshela nje hayi udlala ngesikhathi lento uyayithola 2025 washo kanje ngathi vapha lo muntu ngentela bekangentela ama financials lo muntu Konje mina ngayizama nje mina ngayizama ngeke uzumthemba umuntu usho ngani uzokayizama vele. Go and try it yourself. Imali kayifani ngeke uzohlala ungayitholi mangabe sowufakile application. Ngeke uzohlala ungayitholi. Hamba uzama imali uyithole ukuqala ibhizinisi usebenze ukumele.
Siyabonga Sifunza babukele emakhaya nayo lenye ibhizinisi yemlomusha lose kalomahasha naye lokukhomba wona ukuthi youth fund ayibuki kuphela emadolobheni iyayithola imali noma ngabe ukuphi ukalavumisa useshiselweni ukalomahasha sitawu sesithi futhi kuthatha likhefu bese sidlala naye ivideo yakhe mfana wenkosi Sifunza sobona ukuthi yini ama-hydraulic lawo endako 21 vele kakhulu kade sesibuya khona-ke kuyobukela ivideo sesitawube siyagocota babukele emakhaya sibonge kakhulu kuba nani elihlelweni kubukela kanye nathi si-celebrate yona i-Global Entrepreneurship Week siyathemba ukuthi kukhona labakutholile abantu labasha emakhaya kunaba labanye abantu labasha labe bade ukucocisana nabo si-youth fund nathi siyathembisa kubantu labasha ukuthi njengoba nakunalamhla besivala nje ticelo tekwebolekisa lebesithelo tivulile siyathemba ukuthi kule celo esithatha ithola kukhona lamanye amabhizinisi lafana nawo alaba labantu labasha lahlukile langasiwo lawa lajwayelekile le ndawo ukuthi kukhona ukucasheka nabanje abantu labasha inombolo abadibala kodwa abantu abacashile bayayi-addressa i-problem ye-unemployment eSwatini babane nje balapha nawumbala inombolo abantu abacashwe ngibo imbekati yandlula ku-20 nje nasengibala nabantu labala imbi kwami boja bona bane kukhuthatha nje abantu labasha emakhaya ukuthi abaphikelele bafake isicelo tabo ka-youth fund sikhoneka bona ukuthi sibasite ngayo yonke indlela ukuze bakhone kuwaqala emabhizinisi basite uhulumende kucatulula inkinga yethu ungathole imisebenzi sibonga kakhulu kuba nathi sitawuva ngabo babukele emakhaya uma bafuna siphinde futhi silende lihlelo singede samela yona i-Global Entrepreneurship Week ukuthi abantu lemibuto yenu nema-suggestions enu sitayithatha sikusebenze ngendlela labakucela ngayo babukele emakhaya ngalawo lamafishane kuthatha lethuba kubonga on behalf of Youth Enterprise Revolving Fund i-board nestaff sibonge ukuthi nihlale kanye nathi sibonge nakulabo abantu labasha laba la imbi kwethu lamhla labathele courage yokuthi noma kulikhuni bayeme bapersiste kuze kuphumelele amaphupho abo ukuthi kuphile nalabanye abantu labasha nemisebenzi yetandla tabo siyabonga sibonga nekutakwenu nitosherisha nabantu labasha labanye even naseSwatini kuningi labakufunzile kini lesikholeka ukuthi sebabukekini labanye abantu labasha indlela sebatayibuka kini nalapho nihamba khona belulekeni labanye abantu labasha batokhona kusitakala ngalawo magama maswati lamahle sithi ku-Global Entrepreneurship Week lamhla lesiyivalako siyadibongela si-Youth Enterprise Fund sikholeka ukuthi nathi ligalelo sesilifakile even nasemhlabeni ukuthi le entrepreneurship ne-innovation ikhuthade abantu labasha bathathe basukume badlale lichaza nabo ku-entrepreneurship siyabonga insambamali enhle makanga